Hi guys, Jazz Samurai here, and today we're doing more music theory. This time we're talking about triads. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you saw that I talked about intervals, and intervals are the distance between two notes. And intervals, I said, were kind of the building blocks of music. You can't have music without change, otherwise it's a drone. Even then, I would say that the timbre would change. And intervals, you can say, or triads, are the building blocks of harmony. And you can think of triads as chords. So let's talk about the basic triads. And we'll go through these. I'm going to be doing all of this, most of this, in the key of C today. So we have the major triad, the minor triad, the diminished triad, the augmented triad. And then we have some fancy ones like the sus4, the Lydian, which is a augmented 4, the sus2, and the Phrygian, which is a minor second. So what are all those things? You're saying, Phil, okay, that was end of lesson. There we go. Let's talk about what those triads are. So the major triad, again, it's like with the intervals, it's a numbering system. So we're going to use, again, the notes of the major scale. So we know that the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'm not singing that one. So those are the notes of the major scale. Root, or first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or octave. And we name our chords based on which tone, which step of the major scale or the scale they are. So a major triad is 1, 3, 5. 1, root, 3, third, E, fifth. That's your major triad. And the inside, we have a major third and a minor third. So we're building on the last time, right? So we're saying the intervals inside of this triad are major third, minor third, and outside is a perfect fifth, by the way. Now the minor is also 1, 3, 5, but it's flat 3. It's the 1, 3, 5 of the minor scale, but we're not going to get into that today. So 1, and then there's the 3 of the major. So 3. And the intervals in this are a minor third and a major third. So it's the opposite of the major. A little bit confusing, perhaps. Let's just recap for a second. In a major triad, you have 2 intervals. Well, in all triads, you have 2 intervals. In the major triad, they are major third, minor third. In the minor triad, they're minor third, major third. Interesting. In the diminished, again, 1, 3, 5, but it's a flat 3 and a flat 5, or the diminished perfect fifth. So 1, 3, flat 3, flat 5. And the intervals in this one are minor third, minor third. Interesting. I'm going to say that a lot. Minor third, and outside is a diminished fifth, or the tritone on the outside there. And the augmented is again a 1, 3, 5, but this time the 3 is really a 3. It's not flattened, but the 5 is augmented, pushed up a half tone. So we've got a 1, 3, screw that up. 1, 3, augmented fifth. And the intervals in this are major third, major third. So it's interesting when you think about it. So in a major triad, you've got major third, minor third. In a minor triad, you've got minor third, major third. In a diminished, you've got minor third, minor third. And in an augmented, you've got major third, major third. Now a sus4 is 1, 4, 5. That's where the 4 and the sus4 comes from. So 1, 4, 5. And the Lydian is 1, sharp 4, 5. It's a cool chord if you do like this. And the sus2 is a 1, 2, 5. And of course, the Phrygian 1, flat 2, 5. The channel is called Jazz Samurai after all. Just checking that's recording. So, chords are also part of scales. You can play scales in their chords. And so we're going to just kind of finish off with a little bit of the juice here because, I'm also a songwriter and this is kind of related to songwriting or composing. So, major triad, even though it's like this, of course it's part of a major scale, but it's a part of a few different major scales. But all chords can be parts of multiple scales. And if you look at a minor, like a D minor, it can be, the root of the minor melodic scale. It can be this D minor is also the second of C major. And it can be the sixth of F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a D. And in this case, a D minor chord can be the sixth chord of the F major scale. No, it can't be the fourth or something. It can be the fourth of the minor scale. Diminished is the seventh of a major scale. So if we look at a B diminished, which is B, D, F, that resolves up to C. And you can play your scales as chords, of course. So you have the C scale. So C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C. So as a composer or songwriter or musician, you want to relate these scales and these chords together. And next time we're going to talk about scales, and then I'll also do, of course, a video about modes, whether you believe in modes or not. So what I wanted to take a look at is if you pick a funky scale and then you use some normal triads in that scale, you can end up with some pretty cool sounding stuff. It's that simple. That's it. That's composing 101. Pick a cool scale, use the triads. So the scale I'm going to use is the D minor melodic minor scale, which is D, E, F, G, A, B natural, C sharp, D. Now, I hate the melodic minor because people say it's different on the way down. How do you know if you're playing on the way up or on the way down? Like, unless you're just doing runs. So what I did is I created a little loop here that just uses triads from the D melodic minor. And those triads, so that would be, so D minor, E minor, F augmented, G major, A major, B diminished, C diminished, or sorry, C sharp diminished, sorry, and D minor again. chords, do some daddly daddly daddlies, and play over top of it. It sounds something like this. So here's the loop, here's the chords. D, E minor, D minor. All I'm doing there is just simple triad arpeggios on the D melodic minor scale and playing strictly diatonic. Diatonic means in the scale. I'm only playing the scale of D melodic minor. I'm just doing these little lines. That's the power of the triad, and the power of the scale, and the power of the interval. We'll see you soon.